The fishing news is brought to you by Shoreline Insurance Agency, Interlux Marine Paint, Maxima Fishing Line, and Okuma.
Hey folks, Fred Golofaro here for this week's Fisherman's video fishing forecast. And hard to believe Labor Day weekend's just a week away. Summer's flying by. Got a full menu of summer species on tap again this weekend. Fluke, best bet definitely remains Montauk, where 4 to 6 pounders are pretty much a safe bet, and fish to 10 pounds are being reported almost every day. Fire Island Sharpie Hayes Tiemann, he joined Ray Bartlett on a trip to Montauk, and his 3 best fish were 7 to 10 pounds. That makes for a heck of a day. The Far Western Sound's also producing some quality fluke in the 4 to 6 pound class, 4 to 7 pound class, a few bigger fish. You can try Hart Island, Manhasset Bay, and Little Neck. Again, that far western part of the sound seems to have the edge on the rest of the sound, as far as quality goes anyway. Porgies are solid in the sound, good numbers from west to east, but definitely bigger fish to the east, less shorts, less throwbacks. Similar situation on the South Shore with sea bass, where it seems the further east you go, the better quality fish you're catching, whether it's on reefs or wrecks, and particularly, again, out in Montauk, Shinnecock to Montauk, and also up the North Fork, much better quality sea bass coming out that way. A friend of mine was out, he was out at Jones Inlet on Tuesday. He had over 25 sea bass and only 5 keepers out of those 25 fish, but he did manage his limit at least. Captain Keith on the Fin Chaser, he said limit catches of big sea bass and porgies still a daily occurrence out at Montauk. No surprise there. If you're looking for bluefish, the central part of the sound again seems to be the place to be for consistent bluefishing, and that works out nicely. We've got the WICC Bluefish Contest coming up this weekend. Check the fishing report section of the Fisherman for tackle shops that are serving as entry and weigh stations. Word to the wise too, a little tip, some of my biggest bluefish have been caught on porgies. I know everybody's gaga about bunker for porgies, for bluefish, but porgies make a great big bluefish bait. You can chunk them, you can, depending on the size of them, cut them in half, or you can fish them live, down deep, on a tandem rig, 2-hook rig. Otherwise they're just going to bite the whole porgy in half. At the top of the best bet list, Montauk stripers. Again, this has been an ongoing thing all summer. Some days they're bailing fish 25 to 50 pounds, a lot of 30s, a lot of 40s being caught. And the other thing is Peconic Bay weakfish. That really came as a surprise considering the spring one was such a failure. Buoy 16, Noyak Bay, Rose Grove, Jessup's Neck, all producing lots of weakfish. Most of them are the small summer run fish, 2 pounds, maybe 3 pounds, but there are some fish up to 6 and even 8 pounds being reported, mixed in with the smaller fish. There's also kingfish and blowfish if you fish a little strip of squid on a small single hook diamond jig or bucktails. So a lot of fun too if you want to get the kids, just get them into some good solid action. That's a good choice. Offshore, lots of mahi and sharks. Tuna fishing's okay some days, other days it's really tough. All depends where you are. Not everyone's catching them, even on the good days, but there are some good reports coming in. And at the other extreme, we're getting plenty of reports of good snapper fishing and crabbing at the local docks, and that's on both shores, up in the Sound, even along the Sound beaches, a lot of snappers. And with the school year fast approaching, this might be your best shot or your last shot at getting the kids into a little bit of fishing action. Hey, until next week, Fred Golofaro here for thefisherman.com.
The fishing news is brought to you by Shoreline Insurance Agency, Interlux Marine Paint, Maxima Fishing Line, and Okuma.